What you give to the world really does determine what the world gives to you. Like when you forget about competition, there's an old Sanskrit proverb that says, there is nothing noble about being superior to another human being. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. I hear this a lot. I've actually heard people come to me at my leadership presentations and say, Robin, well, if I was completely honest, my competition would eat me for breakfast. If I was completely honest, there's no way I'd have any income. Well, the first thing is, at the end of the day, you want to have a clear conscience so when the lights go out and your head hits the pillow, you feel really good about yourself. Few things are as powerful as having a great relationship with your conscience, right? I mean, that's so fundamentally important. But here's what I've learned watching business people and working with a lot of the best business people on the planet for a long time. Most entrepreneurs, most business people, most empire makers play a very short game. It's a cash grab. It's try to get as much from as many people as quickly as possible. The true legendary leaders, the true titans of industry are thinking about a very long game. They're saying, yes, I want to be world class, but I want to own my domain for the next 30 years, 40 years, or 50 years. They even think like the Japanese companies, how their reputation will be considered 100 years after they're no longer alive. That's really a great example of playing the long game. And if you're interested in building strong relationships of loyalty with your customers, if you're interested in building a brand that endures, if you're interested in building an iconic enterprise, then being incredibly honest is really a very powerful way to operate.
That's the big lie of positive thinking. So many people are talking about mindset. And you know this from our first interview. You know, it's like mindset is everything. It's like if you only build a PMA, positive mental attitude, the world will be okay. Does positive thinking not work? It does work. Positive mindset without a purified heart set leads to an empty victory. What we try to do is we try to build confidence psychologically. We meditate, we visualize, and we read the books and we watch the podcasts.
With our intellect, yeah.
With our intellect. But as human beings, we are these four interior empires I teach in the 5M Club. It's not just mindset. It is our psychology, but it's also our emotionality, our heart set. And then it's our third interior empire, our health set, our physiology. And then it's the fourth interior empire that I wish more people were talking about because it's not weak, it's brave. Our fourth interior empire, our spirituality. When you use your morning routine or your nightly ritual or spend some time every week working on your four interior empires, that's when you release your ego. And when you release your ego, when there's no more darkness, all there is light.
Yeah.
And that means that's who we are. Our truest nature is pure creativity, vitality, love, heroism, compassion for other people, honor and honesty. So what I would say is the missing link in self-confidence and turning down self-doubt is read the positive books, listen to the positive thinking gurus, and get your psychology to world class because your daily behavior does follow your deepest beliefs. But then do something that not a lot of people on the planet are doing, which is do your heart set work. If you've got anger, sorrow, resentment, shame, guilt repressed within your subconscious, within your heart set, well, then you're at war because you've got a positive mindset, but a toxic heart set. So doing that emotional healing is the game changer. Then you get into health set, massage, you release the toxicity from massage, Reiki, acupuncture, etc. And then you do the soul set work where you connect to your higher power, your inner hero. You do those four things, you start to dissolve self-doubt.
Hi, Jasper Basson here. I just wanted to remind you about the Daily Entrepreneur Tips series. It's a business growth series for entrepreneurs and contains financial information and also information to grow you as a person and your business, because we will never grow our business any higher than we grow ourselves. So click on the link below and I will send you daily information to grow you as a person and your business, and it's for 365 days of the year.
George Bernard Shaw said, "The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in adapting the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable woman and man." If people are laughing at your dream, it's probably an awesome dream. All visionaries and disruptors were initially ridiculed before they were revered. If your dream doesn't scare you, dream bigger. Don't play small with your dream. Trust your instinct. There's a reason you have it. To start this new piece of code, to launch this project, to hire this person. Trust it. And there's a lot of science backing up the gut instinct, and they call it the 3-brain theory: the intellectual brain, the brain in the heart, and the brain in the gut. Instinct is incredibly powerful.
Real transformation happens when you feel the idea. Not as an intellectual concept, but as a felt, known truth. And as you start to live by the metrics I'm suggesting for real success, you start to know the truths of the world that the great women and men have talked about. Like generosity always beats scarcity. Like what you give to the world really does determine what the world gives to you. Like when you forget about competition. There's an old Sanskrit proverb that says, there is nothing noble about being superior to another human being. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. Forget competition. Focus on creativity. Forget what's in it for you. And build your business or your career or your mastery about distributing magic to the world, and the world will be the path to your door. Blaming others is removing responsibility for yourself. And we grow as leaders, entrepreneurs, creatives, human beings, the moment and the day we stop blaming our parents or our past or people who hurt us or our bosses or our children or whatever, or the economy or the country. Every time you recite some blame and make an excuse, you actually amplify it in your imagination. What I mean by that is every time you speak out an excuse of blame, you're giving away your power and you're becoming weaker. You're actually giving the external things that you blame your power. How do you take your power back? You stop using the language of victimhood and you use the language of heroism. And that starts with believing you are the hero you're waiting to see. It starts by absolute personal responsibility. The mirror test is what I'm suggesting. You look in the mirror and you say, why am I not producing mastery, if that's one of your limitations? Or why don't I have enough time freedom? Or why don't I have the relationships I want? Or why is my health in a decrepit state versus a magnificent state? You look at what's not working in your life, and rather than blaming and coming up with excuses, which if you keep on reciting them, you're going to actually believe they're true, because human beings are really good at brainwashing ourselves by what we think and how we feel and the ways we talk and the ways we operate. So APR, absolute personal responsibility. Related to that is KMF, another acronym I love and teach to my high-level clients, which is keep moving forward. You know, Angela Duckworth's research from University of Pennsylvania on grit and persistence as a key formula for world-class performance is very, very valuable. And then a new acronym, which is NSG. NSG has nothing to do with MSG. And that's never stop growing. I mean, when I work with the best of the best, the Fortune 100 CEOs and teams, clients of ours such as Starbucks and Oracle and Nike and IBM and Barrick Gold, and it just goes on for my 24th year here in the leadership and personal mastery field. And when I just work with the NBA superstars and the film heroes and all the great women and men that I've been blessed to serve as their mentor, what I realize is one thing: they love to grow, they love to learn, they never lose. I believe it was Einstein who said, never lose your holy curiosity. Education is the game changer. When you invest in your learning, you can see around corners, you collapse the timeline, you figure out how the pros do it. So guess what? You can do it.